Hey everyone, welcome back to Universe Zero's weekly update. Universe Zero, if you haven't checked out what it is yet, it's a Shonen Jump anime tabletop RPG system that tries to match the fast-paced action and narrative aspects of my favorite manga and anime series like Dragon Ball, Bleach, One Piece, and more. I'm Gravity Fail, just the person who's been staring at a character sheet for far too long this week, with too many hours on editing. In any case, let's jump right in because I got some big updates this week. We have, first up is episode 4 of the Universe Zero Actual Play podcast is officially recorded. In this episode, we continue to follow our two heroes, Marvin, who is a gray alien who's basically going through a cosmic midlife crisis on Earth, and Dart, who is a Froggle alien whose life motto is just stay hydrated, stay loyal, and stay froggy, while he tries to figure out his own life path here on Earth. In this session, it was pretty down to earth, with insights about our characters' motives and dreams, while episode 1 through 3 showed us a ton about how the system actually handles character expression, teamwork, combat, the use of skills, and the various types of game phases. So I can't wait for y'all to hear it once I'm done editing that one. Work in progress. Which, speaking of gameplay, I took feedback from the first 4 episodes of the Actual Play podcast. I'm retooling some of the rules around it. Not really big changes, but just kind of some missing gaps. The first one is for carry capacity. I had some previous rules, but due to Marvin being a gray alien and not carrying a backpack, we just kind of changed it a little bit so that Marvin can figure out what he's carrying in his front pocket. While with combat initiative, that was another update that came out of the Actual Play podcast where we tried using exploding dice for the initiative rolls, which was fun and hilarious, but that might be better as a class feature instead of a rule that everyone gets. And another thing that we're changing slightly over here is spell effects. So you have AoE and other spells where creatures have to make like a save against your spell. So instead of rolling to see if it's successful at all, you're just rolling to see how impactful that spell is and the person has to defend against. Let's go next for the Universe Zero actual documents that I'm working on. I'm working on the Universe Zero Test Play Starter Kit, where this will include 5 playable species and 5 organizations or schools. Hopefully each one is representing one aspect of the core mechanics, so how to use magic, ki, martial art fighting, technology, and then skill and some of the support heroes. I'm hoping this makes it easier for new players who want to jump into Universe Zero, with them not being overwhelmed with all the possible class options and the breadth that Universe Zero hopefully is going to give everyone. So in addition to that, not only do we have species and school options for your character creation, but I'm adding anime archetypes, so that's kind of similar to backgrounds of other systems. You can think of things like the student or punk, or in our test play situation, a convenience store clerk, idol or musician of some kind, mechanic, and the athlete. So if you're the athlete at school or you're a pro athlete, that would be a background. I'm hoping that these archetypes will give players a little extra to their skills and flavor so that right from level 1, you're uniquely different than anyone else, and can kind of match whatever vibe you're going for. And so far, this has added a lot to Marvin and Dart during the test play and really helped their characters come out more. As far as other things I'm working on this past week with Universe Zero is finalized how creature stat blocks should look, along with finalizing the player character sheets so that they're clean, readable, and they kind of are built around a manga aesthetic that will help you kind of blend into the story of this tabletop RPG. I'm hoping that it makes it easy to run and also kind of fun to read with it, and I'll put some images here. Now on to, of course, world building of the Universe Zero Actual Play podcast and the tabletop RPG. I this week delved into the planes and cosmology of Universe Zero, kind of the big picture of what all is out there. And because I know I want players to not only travel between worlds, but between planes of existence, like many other tabletop RPGs, that means that they could potentially travel to places in the afterlife as a physical place that they could go. And one of the coolest additions that I did for this was creating the location. It's actually the place between realms called Dialogue. It's a space between planes that is an ever-shifting miasma of raw, chaotic power. It's where all the nebulous key and magic of life goes. That no one can actually live in, but it does seem to have some cute bug-like creatures called die-composers that represent various notes on a musical scale as they ring the death bells that are the only known inhabitants of this location and can aid people either through or devour them upon entering. So I'm hoping that we get to this at some point in the actual play podcast, and if not, it'll just be a fun note for later. Whew, but that was a lot for this week of Universe Zero, so I'm hoping next week is equally as fun. That's the best part about holidays, is it gives you plenty of time to work on your hobbies. But now that episode 4 is recorded, the core mechanics are a little bit cleaner, and the starter kit is on its way. I'm hoping that I'll eventually have something for you all here soon that you all can play test and have fun with, and then let me know what you think about it. So if you're excited for more, obviously hit that the like button, subscribe button, or whatever. Hit all the buttons and keep an eye out for episode 1 through 4 when I drop them once I'm done editing. So thanks for watching, and keep tuning in.